everyone. Welcome to another podcast. It's going to be a wonderful one today. I'm joined by my wonderful friend, Hank Berger, and my absolute amazing brother, Drew Lutke. Hank, how are you doing, man?
Coop, I'm doing great, just as always. I'm excited to hear from Drew today. Drew, can you tell the audience a little bit about you?
Well, my name is Drew. I'm Cooper's
Okay.
brother. I think he went over that. Um, I'm Cooper's older brother. I beat him by like 3.5 years.
I don't even know.
Yeah, no, it's like 3.5 years, which I think kind of ended up being a pretty good time gap between us,
Definitely.
because you were just old enough to not be so annoying that I just didn't want anything to do with you. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
I get it.
yeah.
I have a 6-year difference. I
Six
understand.
6 years between you and Vaughn, your brother.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I just can't stand him 'cause he's
Right.
13 right now. Worst age.
Oh, okay.
It's horrible.
How old were you when your brother was born?
6 years old.
Oh yeah, going.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty big age difference, but yeah. Um I'm part of the elder one of the elder Gen Zers, I guess at this point.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm like in the same group with you guys. I don't know why that's relevant or why I brought that up, but
I don't even understand the whole generation thing. Hank, what are we even?
you guys
We're
are
Gen
Gen Z.
Zs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Zoomers, yeah.
Yep.
Millennials are like the 30-year-olds right now, right?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
getting into the house market, starting to spend money, that kind of generation.
Okay, so I guess I don't feel as bad with all those millennial memes. Like, I always thought those were pointed towards me, but I could never tell.
No. Yeah, they're older than us.
But yeah, my Drew and I have a wonderful relationship. I know you know this, Hank, but this is to everyone else. Drew and I have always had a wonderful relationship. We're siblings. We get in fights here and there, but it's very rare.
You are probably one of the few people I actually get mad at. And it's over stuff way more petty than I would ever, you know. It's just a matter of principle,
Yeah.
It's just my dumb lizard brain going, me big, you small.
Oh, yeah.
Ooga booga
Yeah.
ooga.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that how it is with you, Hank?
Lizard brains?
Yeah.
Well, is that
Um, yeah, no. Well, the thing is, when I get mad at Vaughn, like you said, it's like principle stuff. It's like I don't really care that you did it. I just care like the idea behind it. Like
right?
I'm older than you. Like respect
Right.
me.
Yeah.
You know?
Is Vaughn that kind of brother? Is he always up in like your business or
Oh,
at
he pushes my buttons
okay.
for sure, absolutely. But then I also push his buttons back.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and I'm much better at it.
Sure.
I'll put that
Right.
out there. Yeah, it's annoying. It's kind of weird. We have a weird relationship. Um, Definitely not like you guys, but I don't know. I'll deal with him. He's deal
Sure.
withable.
Yeah. And you're what, 22 now, Drew?
Yeah.
I always forget. I always forget what age you are.
Me too.
Just I forget what age I am. Um my brother as well.
I still feel like I'm 19. Like in my brain, I want to be 19, but I'm like almost 23. So I'm just like, oh no, it's not stopping. It's like I'm only going to be more of I have to be more of an adult. You know what I mean? Like, sure, 23, I can, like, legitimately, I can get away with being, you know, I can be not an adult for a little while still,
Mhm.
but you also don't want to be caught in a case of arrested development.
Yeah,
if you,
yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared to get older. I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
19. I'm 19 already.
See,
Like,
here's the thing. Here's the thing about getting older that a lot of people you know, I especially just with the culture that we we live in, and sort of where that culture comes from. Being, we kind of have to like have this sense of finality with our lives, like we have to, we've got to get that job and retire and then, not work anymore. And, at a certain point, you just stop learning new things and you're just stuck in your ways. And you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, totally.
you can't, there's no room for new information because you missed that time. You should have gotten it in during this period of time. But, so I think a good way to look at getting older is sort of, I don't know, one thing that helps is like thinking about it the opposite of that,
Yeah.
like regardless of how old you get, you should still be willing, I think, at least to, be open to new stuff always,
I mean,
like I want to
Sure.
be one of those 70, 80-year-old guys. I want to be an old man that should hate all modern music but like can find something to like. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Cuz yeah, I like all pretty much anything that you throw at me because I don't know, like I don't care enough to dislike it. I don't care enough to like actively hate it. So I just kind of like join them.
I mean, there's not even really
That was kind of a tangent, but
no, I mean, there's not a lot of people like that out there. Hank is like Hank and I are like that. Like we're
Yeah,
pretty we're open to most things. Hank's
we like learning. We like exploring.
yeah. Hank's a little bit more not a little bit. He's a lot more like that than I am. But I am definitely totally open to things like that.
Yeah, we're curious. I think our generation as old people is gonna be way different than the boomers right now.
oh yeah, we're gonna be playing, video games,
Yeah,
in
we're
our
gonna be.
in our senior homes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be on VR headsets and be in this
Yeah,
interactive world with all these other old people.
they'll
Oh,
probably
God.
just put us in pods, like in like they'll put us in pods and like sedate us, and then
Honestly, that
just
might be
sort
the
of, and just
best way
sort
to
of like
live.
yeah, and just sort of project like reality into our brains,
You think they're gonna like cryo freeze us or something?
and then we just sort of die. No, because what's the point of cryo freezing everyone? You know, you got to pay for that.
You
There's
do gotta pay for that.
if cryo freezing's ever a thing, there ain't no way that's not going to cost, like $1 million.
I don't know. I don't think something like that will be expensive in the future. Do you think so?
I think something like that would be seen as too much of a commodity to be like something that everyone could consume,
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of one of those like rich people, Walt Disney, like Bill Gates type people. That's the people that get to cryo freeze their bodies and upload their brains into computers and shit like that. Like
Do you think that's even possible? Is
No.
that even possible?
no.
Uploading your brain?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Like
It's becoming.
it's more of
The
an on
technology is going there.
it's more of a more of a on paper kind of a thing though, right?
Yeah, well, right now, Elon Musk actually owns a company called Neuralink where they're trying to merge technology with the human brain. And it's very interesting what they're doing. They got a great team.
You should explain it a little bit because I don't think Drew has actually heard anything about this.
Neuralink?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're basically it's this little chip that they're gonna like drill into your skull, and they're gonna attach with these like tiny needles. They had to build this robot themselves, and they already have like a up and running model of it, and they've done it on animals where they have connected a chip into the human brain, or not a human brain, animal brains. But the goal is to have it into a human by the end of the year. And basically their first goal right now is to cure mental um not just disorders, but illnesses, seizures, stuff like that,
Like
depression maybe.
like Alzheimer's, dementia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything in the brain. That's their first goal is to cure that. And
Wow.
then eventually the kind of the bigger goal of it is to merge and be symbiotic with artificial intelligence.
That's
Is
great.
what the company does.
And that's nuts.
It's absolutely nuts. It's crazy,
That's comic book
but
stuff.
it's totally. But we're getting there. 2020 is gonna be a crazy year in technology.
You think so?
I Oh,
Is
absolutely.
is that the kind of stuff that just doesn't get reported because like is
It's emerging tech.
okay,
So
well, I mean,
kind of.
I just feel like you never really hear about that kind of stuff just sort of in the news.
Yep.
You know, and obviously with 2020 being 2020, we're not going to see and we're not going to really ever get to hear about any of the cool extra stuff on the side. You know, for cuz everyone's talking about, the things that everyone's talking about right now. You know, I don't even have to say anything and everyone thinks of the 3-4 things that have already happened this year.
Yep. Constant news cycle. They just
Right.
repeat like 3, 4 things.
Just like we've
Gets
done like
everybody
our
riled
past.
up.
Right. Right. You got to commoditize uh, opinions, you know?
Yeah, it's profitable what they're doing, but I don't know.
But that's a
Yeah.
side tangent, but what do you think of, like, obviously at a certain point when this stuff gets popular or becomes more of a sort of advanced to the point where this stuff is possible,
Yep.
like, I don't know, what do you think about, like, because it's kind of almost sort of, you can almost sort of see it with sort of what's a lot of social media platforms are going through right now with the government and Congress and sort of their technology and
Yep.
sort of what they're doing. That, I mean, at some point that's going to have to hit that wall.
Yeah, I don't know. I think something especially messing with the brain is going to be met with a lot of political
Right. Yeah.
friction. That's a good word to describe it.
I mean, if
But
there's
the thing
if
is,
there's anti-vaxxers, there's gonna be anti-chippers.
See, but
oh yeah,
that's far more logical than anti-vax. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
You
Yeah.
saying they have a good point?
Huh?
Are you saying they have a more fair point? Because
People against getting a computer chip in your head?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna then some hacker is like, hey, I'm gonna make all these things short circuit everyone's skull.
I don't think that's at all how it's work. I don't think that's at all how.
Do
it's
you
gonna
know,
work.
Hank? Hey,
yeah. No, who knows? Nobody can really know where it's gonna go. But I do think it's gonna be met with a lot of resistance.
right?
People need to. People are very not open to one artificial intelligence, but also
Right.
emerging technology. 5G. Why is that a pin? Why are people against that? It's just making your internet faster for your phone.
Because it causes corona.
I don't get how this stuff even starts, honestly. But people are against change, which is going to be really bad, especially in this decade, because there's so many huge emerging technologies that we're just on the horizon from. And once these
Right.
roll out, we're going to see huge change, faster than we've ever seen in past decades. And it's just going to get faster too. So people are going to have to start opening up to it.
Do you think it's one of those things that's gonna happen regardless of how people feel, or
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I don't think everybody's going to get chipped. I think it's going to be
Right.
mostly people who are in need first.
Right.
But then I don't know, tech enthusiasts, stuff like that. We'll see.
Right.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
Right.
If it goes
Right.
horribly, it could be years off. Maybe we're not even there in the tech yet. It's just a dream. But it's
Well,
exciting that it's in the works.
yeah.
Would you do it, Hank?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine being able to think of anything, being able
Yeah.
to think the internet. That'd be crazy. You could
I'd
do
probably-
anything.
I'd probably do it too.
That sounds pretty cool. But like every movie ever, that always goes wrong.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, well,
That's how you get a
The-
Terminator movie.
They
Terminator
make you
movie.
like not be able to feel emotions,
Right.
and you have to find like there's gonna be like a resistance,
Like that Christian Bale movie.
like the Christian Bale movie.
Equilibrium.
Yeah. And do kung fu with weapons because
yeah.
you just want to feel happy.
Gun
Yeah.
kung fu.
Kung fu. Yeah, that's I don't know how to feel about it, but what I think about is our little cousin.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Because I've told you about our little cousin, right? He had
Mhm.
when he was a baby, he had
a part of his brain was overdeveloped, I believe, which, from what I remember people telling me, was like, it was like putting a roast in for too long.
Okay. Yeah.
So the part of the brain that was overdeveloped shriveled and like kind of shrunk.
Yep.
And was kind of like a dead patch almost. And it was causing a whole bunch of seizures.
Mhm.
excuse you.
But yeah, they had to remove it.
Yeah, they disconnected the whole left side of his brain.
Yeah.
And then
wow.
it remapped itself as he got
Yeah.
older. He's doing great.
Yep.
He's doing
Yeah.
great now. But like
Well,
like I wonder if he had that chip like planted,
Sure.
like I wonder if like he would have better access to his left side, you know?
Well, and the first question I have with that is like, is trying to replicate the conditions of the human brain, is that what this technology is trying to do? Or is it like, obviously it sounds more of like your brain is hooked up to the internet type thing and less of or is it sort of
Not quite. First it's gonna be just like electrical signals,
right?
to counteract the seizure. Just hit it with a
Right.
reset,
Sure. Okay.
But truthfully, we don't understand the brain, and
Right.
we can't simulate the brain in technology until we do,
Right.
and that's kind of a huge problem.
Yeah.
But I don't think the tech is years off from.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, they have a really, really good team working on it. They have experts in all the industries that you'd ever need experts in.
Right.
Well, if you're
So
going
I'm
to do
very
something
hopeful.
like that, you better do it right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna come out with a press conference, I think, very soon by the end of the month.
Oh,
I'm excited
really?
to see what they say. Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually okay. Cool.
I'll be following it very much, and I encourage everybody else to.
Yeah, definitely. Huh.
Yeah, I'll also be doing that. That's pretty interesting. I feel like there was another tech thing. Oh no, not a tech thing. All this weird comic book type stuff. Did you guys see that the Pentagon was just pretty much like, "Hey, we have aliens."
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yep, I got a text about that the other day. Hey, did you see that?
When was it?
Like,
it
Was it
was like
soon or recent?
yeah,
Like a week ago?
it was like a week or two ago. Week
'Cause
and
I
a
know
half.
they released UFO footage a
Well,
while ago.
Yeah,
They
no.
released the footage,
it
but
wasn't
then they
anything
actually
crazy.
like straight up said,
Yeah, no, then yeah,
like,
that
bro, we have aliens.
that's the like Tic Tac footage, right?
the what?
The what?
They like refer to it as a Tic Tac.
Oh,
It doesn't really look like a Tic Tac. To me, it almost looks like almost like a weird spinning top.
oh, they're referring to the actual object.
Yeah.
As a-
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Like
I thought you were
you're talking
pronouncing
about like the
TikTok
Navy footage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was released a while ago, and then
Then they straight up just said,
a week ago, the government came back around to that and was like, "Yeah, that was an alien. We've got aliens. We found ships that are not of this world."
"That's crazy."
Huh.
Well, I guess I
Oh,
don't.
wait,
I guess
wait.
I don't know if they were that blunt, because I also heard some people being like, "They're just UFOs. That doesn't mean they're aliens." But I don't know.
Oh, hey, okay. Hey, do you believe in aliens?
I believe there's life
That's
in
aliens.
the universe. Yeah. I don't know, not like green little
Not
intelligent
like the
beings.
beep bop pop. Yeah.
Maybe like just life out there. I think it's weird to assume that we're the only life in the universe.
There's no way. There's no way
Yeah.
that we're the
No,
only
we're
life.
huge. The universe is huge. There's absolutely no way. Our galaxy is huge. There's probably life in our galaxy.
Really?
Hopefully, one can hope. Maybe we'll someday make contact. Not in our lifetime, but
Yeah.
I wish in our lifetime.
I assume you do too, Drew.
Oh yeah, totally. You know how every once in a while there'll kind of be a stir up about a new planet that's inhabitable. They'll
Yep.
like find it. Are those planets in our galaxy that they're finding, or are they in other galaxies?
I think they're in other, definitely in our galaxy, I believe,
Okay.
because the galaxy is huge, massive.
Right.
I'm not even sure if we can see out of our galaxy, but maybe. I'm not.
I don't
Nice.
know if Hubble has even been out.
No. It's been out of our
It's definitely
solar.
not been. Yeah, definitely not out of our galaxy, but
It's
I don't
out
know
of
if it's seen anything.
it's out of our solar system, but not our galaxy.
It's weird.
No, I think those are other star systems within in the Milky Way. Other solar systems.
Space is weird.
Space is weird and it's
I
massive.
love it.
And it's kind of scary.
It's terrifying.
terrifying.
Oh, it's terrifying. But I would much rather die in space than drown in water.
I agree.
Yep.
I hate water. I don't hate water. Like, I'll swim in it. I like fishing and whatnot. But scuba diving, no,
No.
not a chance. I don't want. I would much rather just float. Perfect way to go is literally just have someone just push you out in space and just float.
Yeah, it'd be instant.
I know that sounds, but the problem is, no. But I would have like a spacesuit on, like just straight up, just
Okay, yep. You're just floating until
like,
you...
and maybe have like a button that it just kind of knocks you out, like when you wanna like
Okay,
do it
yep.
peacefully. So like I would probably see nothing for a very, very long time, but just seeing the stars, be like, bro, like, whoa, like, come on, I think that would be way better than filling your lungs with water.
Yeah.
That sounds
drowning's kinda
boring. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
boring.
Not
But
the best way to go.
it's a terrible way to go.
Especially if you're underwater. You know?
Yeah.
You can see anything, yeah.
Like I've heard from other podcasts and stuff like that. I heard this guy tell a story about underwater cave diving.
Oh, yeah. It's very dangerous.
You know, where it's not only is it pitch black, and not only is it, these tight spaces that you have to work through,
Yeah.
but
it's
you're
insane.
underwater.
Yeah. And a lot of people have
Like,
died from it too.
Yeah.
I've looked into that because, of course, me being me, I like caving or spelunking. That's so cool to me. Underwater, like add underwater to that. Yeah, no, that doesn't interest me. I never want to do spelunking or caving, even though how much I talk about it or have talked about it. It's just,
good.
it's cool. It's so cool. I get my adrenaline from rock climbing, so I'm not doing any spelunking.
Better up than in.
Yeah. I mean, Hank likes to go up rather than in as well. Well, I don't know.
Explore.
We
like to explore.
we went in a cave.
We did go in a cave.
In a
Wait,
It doesn't count when it's in Minneapolis, Cooper.
no, you don't
no,
understand.
Minneapolis is known for its cave systems, actually.
Yeah.
Fun fact. And the one we went to was actually in St. Paul, but it wasn't really a cave. It was it's man-made.
Yeah.
That's
It
what
was
that's
massive.
what I'm saying.
But it's so cool though.
No, I didn't. I have no doubt that it's cool. I have no doubt
Yep.
that it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, Hank is a lot braver than I am when it comes to doing stuff. I mean,
Exploring.
exploring. That's what I should
Yep.
say. This kid
Did a
likes to
lot, yeah.
climb things.
Yeah, Minneapolis is fun just because there's so much to explore. I love the city. I can't wait to be back in
What's-
a few weeks.
What's that gonna look like for you, Hank?
Being back in the city,
Or yeah, just being back in school in general.
And
it's gonna be
and
different.
honestly, even the city.
It's gonna be different. The city is not as bad as people think it is. People think it's all just war torn right now. It's not. It's.
No,
I
I've
was
been
there the other day. It's very
yeah, no,
nice,
I've
though.
been into the cities a few times, and it's
Yeah, no, it's still good to hang out. It's still safe. Um, it's actually booming right now. People are buying a lot of properties in Minneapolis. It's a hot market.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very hot market. People are trying to move in, so So
It's
yeah, no, it's still booming,
that's
which is
interesting.
great. Yep.
Well, it's such, it's one of those cities where it's not too big yet.
Yep.
Like Minneapolis and St. Paul together, it's barely 500,000 people, right? It's like 600,000.
I'm not even sure, to be honest, the populations are. But yeah, no, it's small. It's kind of nice. I love it. I love the dynamic.
Like, yeah, there's still kind of parking in Minneapolis. Like,
Kind of.
You can
Sometimes.
drive.
yeah, you
You
can
can
drive,
drive
in
in
the
the
city and
cities.
you don't, yeah. Because, like, I lived in Minneapolis for a hot minute too when I was
Yep.
for my first semester in art school. And um what was I just talking about?
Parking, probably.
Minneapolis, I lived there.
Driving.
Driving.
You drove. Oh wait.
I commuted there. Oh yeah. No, I lived in Minneapolis. So, I thought I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I can get along pretty well in a city environment." And then I would go to like Chicago for
Yep.
for like a comic book convention, and
Nothing like it.
different,
Yep.
totally different.
Yeah, Minneapolis, from what I've heard, like the statement that kind of encapsulates it perfectly is that Minneapolis is a small city and St. Paul's a big town.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like Minneapolis has a very like small urban center and it's mostly just like neighborhoods, which I
right.
kind of like, and they're all very unique and they all bring something different to the table. They all look different, different places to explore, different things to do. Um, then St. Paul is just kind of it feels like a suburb of the city, but
Hmm.
also a city. It's kind of weird. I love St. Paul to death.
They both have really cool, like they have a lot of art,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
like
yeah.
a
the
lot
art
of
scene
cool
is
murals
amazing.
as well.
Yep.
Like the times Hank and I have walked through them, it's awesome there.
Well, that's kind of what's cool about um Minneapolis is how much is there. You've got a little bit of music, you've got a little bit of art. You've also got, there's a comedy scene in Minneapolis. There's food. There's Michelin star restaurants in Minneapolis. Like, you know,
I feel
It's-
like Minneapolis is kind of underrated.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's very underrated, but I like it that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't want it to become an LA or
Oh, yeah.
New
No,
York, you know.
I don't think it ever will, to be honest.
I don't think people could stand the winters.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, I think the
Make
winter,
it that.
but it gets cold in New York. I don't know.
Yeah, not as cold as Minnesota.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
man.
That's true.
I mean,
It's
we
a
get
bit rough.
negative 40-degree weather
Yeah,
here
yeah.
in New York. I mean,
New York's not
And-
too bad, much better, but it
Yeah.
is better.
and yeah.
So how was it? How was living there over your first year of college?
I loved it so
Was-
much. I got out all the time.
Was it like a little bit of a culture shock coming from a little town going to a big city like that?
It was a culture shock coming home,
Oh,
surprisingly.
really? Okay.
Yeah, because I was here, and then I came home, and like you see things that you didn't see before, you know, because
Totally.
you've been in a new environment for so long, you get used to it, and then you come back and you're like, oh, this is where I live. This is who I was
You're just
with
like,
every
oh,
day."
there's nothing to do here.
Yeah, wait, nothing to do. Everybody's kind of racist. Like you don't see that living here, but then I don't know, man. It was super weird. I'm still in a culture shock just being home.
I was gonna
can't
say, I
wait to
bet
go
it still
back.
is.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I love the city. I love the scene. Love my friends
Nice.
out there. Love my friends here too, but
I hope you do.
overall,
Were you? Are you?
the city boy.
Did you live close to Dinkytown at all? Were you in that area of the college?
I could walk to Dinkytown.
Okay,
Very easy.
for sure.
I was there all the time. We go to Canes there at night
Oh, nice.
in Dinky.
Yeah,
Kind of nice.
that's a cool area. I've never really been too familiar with that part of Minneapolis, surprisingly enough.
Yep.
Even though it's like one of the more popular areas. I was in Whittier. You know where that is?
I do not.
Um, I
Part of
the
the city.
huh?
What part of the city? Is
It
it in?
was. It's on the. It's on. It's on. I think it's on like the other side from
West
where
side?
Dinky. It's like on the opposite side of the city from Dinkytown. I want to say. No.
Okay.
Well, do you know where the Minneapolis Institute of Art is?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Okay, it's like southwest ish.
Like yeah, like literally on
Mostly
the
south, yeah.
literally on the same block.
Okay, yeah.
I was
Cool.
kind of close to up. It was a weird spot. It's a weird spot because like
It was really bizarre.
you're like 10. It's like a 10-minute walk from downtown, and a 10-minute drive from uptown.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think I know exactly.
May-
Because
maybe-
I've walked to the Mia before.
Yeah, yeah,
I took a train. I have to take a train there, or take a train to downtown and then walk there.
okay, yeah. Did you have a car out there?
Yes, I did, and that made my first year of college so much better. I don't think I
Yeah.
could have lived without a car.
Yeah,
Just getting around and just like seeing everything in Minneapolis was so amazing.
yeah,
I mean, your college has a lot. Your parking like situation is really nice too. I mean,
Yeah, I had
versus
an
like
insulated garage.
yeah, like versus
Just
our
so nice,
university,
yeah.
we have to just sit outside and just have the snow pile on our cars.
Yeah, no, it was super nice not having to ever shovel off my car. I will next year in my house,
Yeah, that's true.
parking on the street, but it was nice for the year. It was expensive, it was pricey, but
I bet it
it
was
was worth
really
it.
expensive.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
yeah. I went to obviously I have dealt with UW Stout parking as well.
Yep.
Um, that that was so dumb. It was so dumb.
How much does it cost?
It probably not as much as it would have cost for you.
Yeah. Oh,
But it was still like $150 for
Yeah,
a
it was,
permit
Okay.
for
it
the
was
year.
around 100.
for the
100
year?
130, 100.
Yeah, for the full year.
Wow, damn, mine is like 500 a semester.
Oh my
That's
god.
Absolutely crazy.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I didn't pay for it the first semester. Me and my friend just shared one. So we'd pass it off to each other, going in and out.
Nice.
Yeah, it was super nice. And then I got refunded for most of the semester on the second one because of COVID.
Oh,
so
sure.
kind of finessed it. It was kind of nice.
The refunds are kind of nice, not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it will go back towards school, of course, but I
Oh,
mean-
yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm sure I'll come back with like a new something after.
I know. I would. Probably.
Well, you know I'm gonna get chewed out if I ever. Like if I just came like
Just do it.
If I just show mom and dad, hey, I got a new guitar.
Just do it.
No,
Don't do that, but just get something.
Maybe something little.
Pair of shoes.
I mean, it's a big it's a pretty decent refund.
Couple pairs of shoes.
Yeah, 2 or 3. I mean, after my first one, like, I don't know, they're just tempting too many kids with these refunds. They're not even giving refunds next year.
Really?
Yeah, we're paying full tuition.
Yeah, we have to pay full.
Yeah, that's shitty. That's horrible.
It is, yeah.
It's a
I know.
shakedown. That's what it is.
I mean, they got to make money somehow.
Yeah, we gotta live somehow, dude.
I know. This sucks. It sucks for us, but like,
Well, I'm going back,
yeah.
So I'll be dealing with that too. Although I'm not too concerned. I'm a little concerned. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm not too concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I have some classes in person. I don't know about you guys.
Oh wow. I got a few labs in person, but
Yeah.
all my lectures are online.
I have 2 or 3.
I have art studio classes that are
Yeah.
in person, which they kind of have to be.
Well, that's nice though, because
Oh yeah,
'cause-
no, that would be awful online.
and they've done it. Like,
Yeah, I have no doubt. I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not an art student. That's for sure.
It's the worst. It's no, I mean, I guess I've been dealing. That's all I know. You know, even
Yeah.
when I wasn't in art school, I was still an art student, so I was still always dealing with carrying around those. I'm sure you see them on your campuses. Students carrying around those big ass portfolios.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Stuffed backpacks. Like, oh, it was so, yeah. Like,
And you have to drag them to every single class.
yeah. Like, why do I have to draw on a 2 foot by, not even, like a 2.5 by 4 foot piece of newsprint paper? That's what I have to draw on. Why can't I just draw on my sketchbook? Like, a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to go and buy this paper.
It's like $150 worth of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
more.
even more.
More. It depends on your teacher, which sucks.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and
You-
sometimes
you think-
you're not. These aren't even art majors. Some of these people are
Right.
Like they just have to take art,
Yeah.
and they end up having to buy all this stuff, and
Yeah.
then they never use it again. So this is
well,
like-
and you know, you'd like to think that they'd be a little bit more understanding with like money and
Mhm.
just general access to this stuff, but no, it's like this is what you got to get. If it's not on this, like
Mhm.
there are consequences for it. Not like like serious consequences, but it'll hurt your grade, which is silly.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, Hank, you don't have to do any art classes. You're engineering, so I wouldn't expect you to, right?
No art classes. But like even with textbooks, it's kind of the same way. I had to buy a textbook just to be able to access my homework in one of my classes.
All my textbooks are provided.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's actually really nice. They're all included in. I mean, of course, you pay for them somewhere. They're included in tuition,
Yep.
but it's all in the library, and we just pick up our textbooks.
Huh.
So
That's
it's-
nice.
Yeah, it's super nice because I know a lot of students like have to spend like $500 on textbooks, or
Yeah,
even more.
seriously.
Honestly,
Books are pricey.
it
Books are so
it all
pricey.
depends on your major.
I think River Falls is the same way. They provide you with textbooks.
Really,
I hope so.
they probably do.
Yeah, I hope I didn't just make that up. Like,
Yeah.
just walk into the library and be like, "Where are my textbooks?"
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I think.
I also need a new computer coming up here pretty soon.
Well, they should provide you with one.
Hopefully they do, because
Well, it's a smaller school.
that and my Mac that I have now is going on 4 or 5 years old.
Apple products don't usually last
2.
2.
Yeah. It works fine. It's kind of been through the ringer because when I first started school, I pirated a lot of TV shows and movies.
Classic.
And I kind of would just go from website to website, just seeing what would work. And that definitely messed with my computer. That messed with my computer. There was one time, so I did this when I went to Stout. They gave me an HP computer, and I did the same thing. And this was the only time. This was my moment that I got by internet scammers, and I knew in the pits of my testicles that I was getting scammed. But so they used HP uses Microsoft, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Windows.
Windows, Microsoft. So I was just like doing crap on the computer, and like, it was a window. That's what it was a Windows like alert thing. That was like, you need to go get this fixed in order to get rid of this screen. You have to call this number.
You called the number.
And I called the number.
Oh.
And the guy was Indian. Like, I should have known right there. But, in the back of my brain, I was just like, but tech companies do this all the time.
They outsource.
They outsource
They
it all the
do,
time. So
yeah.
him being, like, in my brain, him being Indian doesn't really have anything to do with it. But, then the part, they take you through all this BS, and then they're like, okay, well, if you want to install fucking Norton or whatever antivirus software they were pitching, it's like $400-$500.
You didn't do it, did
No,
you?
no, I came close. Like, I gave them, well, yeah, no, I did do it. I gave them my card information, but I canceled my card immediately. But I gave them my card.
Come on, you're smarter than that.
This was a while ago now.
That doesn't matter.
This was a while ago now.
You're still in college. You should know better than that.
Being in college has no sign of intelligence, Cooper. You go to Stout.
Yeah.
No one at Stout's smart. And I was at Stout when this happened, so that further proves my theory.
That's not nice. I'm not a smart kid. Yeah, okay, you got a
You're
point.
smarter. Well, you're smarter than a lot of the other. You're gonna have Stout friends listening to this, aren't you?
I don't know.
Jerk.
I mean, all my Stout friends are kind of dumb.
All the jerk offs that you're friends with at Stout. But yeah, no, that's my tale of being a total dumbass.
Sadly, me being the tech guy, the tech kid of the family,
Yeah.
I've fallen for it once. And it was an email on my phone saying my what was it? My iCloud account had been compromised. Hank, I told you about this right away.
Yeah,
Like
you
it
did.
was I can't believe I felt for it. I felt so quickly. And I was dealing with so much like that day. Like I got 2 accounts hacked on my computer. Not because I felt for something, just because, people over the computer can always mess up your stuff, even if you don't do anything. And I had to change everything on my phone. I had to change like my emails, my all important stuff. It was a nightmare. If you ever get something like that, like this is for anybody listening, if you get anything like that, read it out loud. Not in your head, read it out loud. Read it to somebody, because usually there's mistakes. Usually it's like terrible grammar. That's when it's wrong. Like you just and that's how I found out that it was fake, because I started to read it out loud to Hank and Raiden. And they're like, yeah, you just told. I was like, damn it, are you kidding me? I was like, I can't believe I just did that. That's so stupid. I was embarrassed.
I mean, I was embarrassed too. Yeah, no, you feel like you feel like someone pantsed you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They pantsed you and slapped your ding dong on the way out.
I mean, Hank and I have talked about places like that, like in India, like they create like just like organizations just to scam people and sell off your data to a different scamming organization.
Isn't like Nigeria also really like, isn't it like legitimately a really big like internet scams is
I don't think it's not.
It was for like legitimately. I know that's like the stereotype.
I think Singapore is too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hank, do you have any? Like, I'm not just making that up right now. Like, Nigeria is another one of those countries.
Well, I think you're thinking about like the Nigerian prince meme.
Well, yeah,
But yeah, it probably is, because they're like the developed part of Africa, or the developing part of Africa.
Sure.
But the thing is, these countries, even if they don't have a very good hit rate on these scams, they can make a lot of money, or a lot more money than they're used to just doing a regular job in the country. So I mean, it kind of makes sense why they're doing it and why they can build
Yeah.
organizations. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, obviously it's everywhere regardless.
yeah,
Like, robocalls is sort of the American
Way of
scam. Yeah, the American annoying scam. I get so many robocalls still. Like,
I'm surprised with how little I actually get.
I don't get very many either.
and I can always tell, like, it's usually after I you know, put my email somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether I sign up for something, or I get a new email, or something like that.
Emails are what's a pain for me because
Yeah.
I'm terrible at organizing email.
Oh, I have like 4 or 5 different email accounts.
Me too, and they each have like 1,400 unread emails.
Yeah, no, I don't even want to know how many like spam emails my original email has. Because my original email, Facebook has that email. So who knows who has that? You know?
True.
Okay. This is kind of a drastic change in topic. What's up with that Mark Zuckerberg photo? You guys have seen it, right? You know what I'm talking
Which
about?
one?
The one where he just got out of the water or something, and his face is like pale white, like
Oh,
ghostly.
I know what you're talking about.
like
yeah.
like his alien, like his makeup got off
Put
or
on
something.
Way too much sunscreen. He was on sunscreen.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. I think it's sunscreen, but I don't
I
think that
was-
guy's human.
No,
No,
yeah,
he's
he reminded me of neither of you have seen Prometheus, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you know like the space jockey from Prometheus, like the big white, sort of white
Oh, yep.
muscular guy, the bald guy? He looked like one of those.
Okay. Yeah, I don't Mark, if that is his name. I don't know how I've never known how to feel about Mark. I don't like him just because The Social Network,
Sure.
that movie made me not like him.
Interesting.
But that's just because Jesse Eisenberg
Yeah.
played a very good Mark Zuckerberg.
No, that's
And I'm also I'm head over heels for Andrew Garfield. So like, Hank, have you seen Social Network?
Didn't we watch that in IT?
No, that was The Internship.
I
oh
feel
the
like we watched something esque of that.
No,
something like
yeah,
that.
we watched The Internship. It's the one with Owen Wilson
Yeah,
and
I think I've
Vince
seen
Vaughn.
the Facebook one.
You probably have.
Social
It's on Netflix.
I
If
think so,
anyone
yeah.
wants to, if anyone's ever interested in that, even if you're not a tech person, you should watch it. It's great.
well, it's directed by David Fincher. That's the director of The Social Network. He did Fight Club.
Oh, really?
He did Seven. He did Gone Girl.
Really?
He did the third Alien movie. That was his first movie.
Huh.
Yeah, no, he's a great director. So that I definitely want to check out that movie. Just because I like his directing style.
Have you not seen it?
No,
You
I
should.
haven't.
You should.
Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
Justin
like
Timberlake's in it. Andrew Garfield.
Oh yeah, if Justin
Jesse
Timberlake's in it, I've seen it.
Are
We totally watched that in IT.
you sure?
Yeah, no, we totally did.
Oh,
Like-
good, because it's great. It's
Yep.
a great movie, but it's like I don't
It's
know.
intense, right?
It's super because you get Zuckerberged. Like you start a company with someone, and then you make them sign a contract that only makes you get 0.01% of their stocks. Oh wait, you haven't watched it. You'll see it.
Well, so you're following the Andrew Garfield character?
You're following everyone.
Okay.
You're following everyone.
Okay.
I didn't spoil it. I didn't really
No,
spoil
and
it.
you know, I know
There's way more to it.
I know at this point that the movie and the story in general,
Yeah.
the urban legend that surrounds sort of the lizard man that is Mark Zuckerberg, like that, it's pretty well known. I think at this point, at least the bullet points of the story. Man starts company with other people. Man screws those people out of company. Man rules world. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's more or less the bullet
Well,
points.
there's a new man in town, and his name is Jeff.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey.
When did he?
We've mentioned him multiple times on this podcast.
Okay.
Like but he just keeps coming up because
He's
dumb.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
He's the closest thing we have to Lex Luthor.
Hank has no idea who Lex Luthor is.
I know who Lex Luthor is.
No,
He's
you
an
don't.
evil bald guy.
He's an evil, bald, rich guy. Yeah.
Yep.
The Superman villain.
Yep.
Just like Jeff Bezos. How did Jeff Bezos become the CEO of Amazon? Was he always just sort of
He
part?
made it. I'm pretty. Yeah,
Did he?
He founded. He founded Amazon. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And you know
Yeah,
they're booming right now.
But he
grown.
wasn't. But he wasn't the original CEO, was he?
I believe he was. Yep. I'll look it up. I'll fact check myself real quick.
He just kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, he's been around for a while though, but
I
I
know.
have been seeing him sort of more just in just passing by on the internet. I have seen him pop up a lot more.
I'm
He
just
founded
sad.
Amazon. Yes.
I'm just sad
Right.
that he passed.
And he's always been the CEO.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I'm just sad
Interesting.
he passed Bill Gates, because Bill Gates is a nice, charitable man.
Is he?
Bill Gates?
Do we know
Bill
that
Gates
for
does a lot for the world.
Bill
Yep.
Gates is
Okay.
amazing.
Well,
Is a great foundation.
have
where
you
he
ever seen it?
donates a lot
Like
of money.
he, how do I explain it?
I know
he does. He definitely doesn't act like he has a lot of money.
Well, I know like between like him and Warren Buffett they've given the most money away
Mhm.
ever.
Yeah,
know,
I
like-
don't. It's
They hold some kind of record like that where they've given away a ludicrous amount of money between the two of them.
yeah. Money is whack.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Bill Gates he's one of the front runners for the coronavirus and like the vaccine and stuff. And I'm sure you've seen the chipping. Bill Gates wants to chip you controversies. Stuff like that. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I've
Wait.
only sort of heard like that phrase, but I've never been too sure on the context of it.
I think
What-
it's just Facebook conspiracies.
Oh, okay.
Just dumb people. Yeah.
Like, and that's like the Bill Gates wants to chip you thing. Is that
They
just
think
sort of
that
is that
through the virus, yeah,
Oh.
he's gonna vaccinate you and put a chip in you.
like he's gonna like inject a micro? Okay,
Yeah, he's like everybody needs to get their vaccines. It's kind of a branch of the anti-vax movement.
sure.
I
Yeah,
believe.
no, I see that. It's sort of like
Yeah.
the more tinfoil hat
Yep.
type. Yeah.
The thing I want people to realize though is that they already have a chip. It's your cell phone. I mean,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
ever go anywhere without your cell phone? And that's a chip that not only can track your location, but that's a chip that you do all your shopping on, all your communication on. That's a chip that you do all your entertainment on.
Well, people are literally addicted to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Why are you scared of a chip, dude? You chipped on steroids in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's dumb. It's uneducated, but
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not only does your phone give away your location, but your phone can give away the location of phones around you.
yeah, I mean,
I just
just the
learned.
data
I just
collected on you.
Yeah, I just learned that
Crazy.
recently. Well, I watched a good chunk of the Edward Snowden Joe Rogan episode,
Okay, yeah.
and Joe Rogan just pretty much let Edward Snowden just go off for like these 40-minute bursts of talking. And it's absolutely fascinating what he has to say just about espionage and how technology plays a part in it, and how much of that part involves digging into like other people's personal lives. And it's insane. It's insane how like one thing that he mentioned that I thought was really interesting was how, like, the term top secret or the term confidential is like not even like when we think of it, we like, we picture like a movie, where they throw the file on the desk with the big red stamp that says confidential over it for your eyes only. And Edward Snowden's just like, yeah, they'll pretty much tap that on a coffee break if they have to.
Yep.
It's just so other people don't know that they're, like, if a certain department's going out for lunch, they'll mark it confidential so no one knows that they went out for lunch. Just simple stuff like that. But also it's sort of like, he also mentions how it sort of plays into the constant layering of like bureaucracy that these people do, if you guys know what I mean. Like, sort of like, oh, this is blocked for this reason, so you have to go through this person, and through this person you have to go here to go through this and they kind of just purposefully,
I totally know what you're talking about.
just purposely taking you like on a ride, like wasting your time.
Politics, it's all politics. Time, bullshit.
Purposely making it more difficult for you, kind of a thing.
Yep.
So
that's what's wrong with the government. It's too slow now for our society. I mean, we're already at a point where, politics is 10 years behind technology, and it's only gonna the gap's gonna just grow exponentially.
Yeah. No,
we're gonna see some holes soon.
Yeah. No.
In that regard.
Yeah, I think we're in this really weird transitional sort of period.
Yep.
Like, because, if you look at history, a transition, quote unquote, between, we're, in a lot of ways, we're probably still transitioning into the 21st century. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're
very right.
We're just sort of really getting a grip on the information age, the technological age. We're just like starting to get a grip of it and how it's affecting us and how it might affect us in the future. Like,
it's very true. It's a very good take.
And I feel like that's why it feels so awkward, like for like right now, especially like the relationship between our government and the citizens, like there's this sort of growing dissonance between these two bodies. And it's either going to, I don't know, sort of like like a rubber band just sort of snap together just out of necessity. If my metaphor is making sense, or the rubber band is going to snap.
It's starting to lean towards snap right now. What it feels like.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, I don't know how much you guys really want to get into it, but there's an election this year. Like that I don't think either way much is really going to change, regardless of who wins. But I think obviously if one guy wins, it's going to sort of be the perpetual de-evolution that we've been seeing. Through handling multiple crises and just showing how incompetent he is at being able to do that. And then, on the other hand, we'll probably have a guy who will pay some really, really good lip service for a decent amount of his early term. And then we're going to kind of drift back into sort of every business as usual. There'll probably be, some sort of lockdown. There'll probably be some sort of, dramatic response to the coronavirus, to sort of the racial injustice that sort of has been permeated our culture recently. Like, and then, once enough has been done to sort of quell those things, it'll because, and not to try and go off on too much of a tangent, but Joe Biden's a career politician. He knows how to play the game.
Yep.
He might come across like he doesn't, like he's having a stroke,
Yeah.
every other time he tries to speak, but he's been doing this for a while. And sadly, we're in a position right now where a career politician is a better option than what we have right now.
Yeah, I'm ready for the
Hey-
boomers to hand over the torch.
Hank, give your take on that, because I know you have lots to say about everything Drew just said.
Yeah,
You should,
yeah,
you should,
no,
you
if
should
anything-
truly
if anything's-
express it. Like,
if you think I'm wrong, please tell me. Like,
No, I think you're quite right. I don't think much change is gonna happen. I think it's gonna, with Joe Biden getting in, it's gonna be the ruling class is still
right.
the leaders. It's really ruling classes versus people. People think it's Republican versus Democrat. It's not. It's the haves and the have-nots. And if Joe Biden wins, the haves are still winning. If Trump wins, the haves are still winning. They don't really care. But of course, the 90%, the 99% are so angry, and so they like to see their team winning, even though it doesn't really affect them. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
people will
Even
like
even though that team really isn't a coherent like
it's
team.
arbitrary.
Yeah.
No matter what, they're just doing it for votes. I want to see real change. I want to see boomers finally give up their positions of power and put a lot more young people into decision-making positions because, well, first of all, we have a better grasp on this constantly changing world. Like the world right now is exponentially different than it was 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah. It's exponentially different than it was 5 years ago.
Seriously, yeah, no, and it's just gonna change and it's just gonna keep on going faster. And we got these people who have no idea what life is even like
Right.
for us,
Right.
making all these policy decisions.
Yeah. No, it's weird. It's strange. You don't
Yeah,
even
no, they're a strange generation. They're holding on to things longer than generations before them, between
You-
businesses, assets.
Okay, you think so?
Well,
Well,
yeah, no, there's data for it.
Well, I think it doesn't help that they were sort of the ones who were present during it's in their name. They were boomers,
Yep.
This gigant they've been writing this gigant they wrote in on this gigantic economic boom that just sort of, and they were able to write it through, and like it's the wave has kind of come over, sort of, we're just kind of getting to a point where the wave is like washed up onto shore and we're starting to see what it's washed all over,
Yep.
you're
and
full of metaphors today, aren't you?
I think they help explain my point, Cooper. And that's kind of part of that, and it sort of explains a lot of the frustration I think that we see, and that ties to what Hank is saying. Just sort of this like, it's our world, and we'll fucking take you all with us, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. We
Yeah.
need to solve the disconnect.
right, and obviously I think the somewhat pseudo generational war that's been going on is kind of a ruse, I think
Yep.
it's kind of one of those things that, people like fan the flames of for a distraction, more of a distraction than actually attempting to have any real discussion about change and what that would look like in the hands of a different generation,
Yep.
Like it's more just about pissing off the other one, telling one it's irrelevant and telling the other one that it's not good enough. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
Everybody's got to be mad.
yeah, that's what gets views.
Yep.
Anything
Clicks.
for views.
Well, I think that's all we have for today. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. We love the support. It wouldn't still be happening if it weren't for you. Drew We loved having you on here. You guys will probably hear more of Drew. He's a phenomenal speaker. Obviously, you could probably heard. Hank, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, man.
Oh, you too, Drew.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you guys. And, follow your boy at Stuff Drew Drew. Stuff Drew Drew. That's all one word on Instagram. I'm just gonna quick plug. It's not even a good place to plug this because I'm not even close to done. But I'm a comic book artist, and I'm making a comic, and it's gonna be awesome. It's like a post-apocalyptic sci-fi fantasy superhero story, and I think it's gonna be fantastic. So just keep an eye out for that. I'm almost done. I'm almost done with the first issue. It's some of the best stuff I've ever done, and I'm super excited about it. So
Awesome.
Yeah, man. We'll be sure to blast that
Yeah.
when we're done.
100%.
blast some
We're really
podcasts.
excited to see it. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your night. See ya.